When Shai Gilgeous-Alexander puts up an incredible 52 points, you'd think the Oklahoma City Thunder would be on their way to an easy win, right? Well, not this time. The Thunder couldn't finish the job against the Golden State Warriors. SGA was unstoppable, sinking 16 of 29 shots and 18 of 21 free throws. He did everything he could to carry OKC to victory, but then the Warriors struck back. Andrew Wiggins dropped 27 points, and Stephen Curry knocked down clutch threes to fuel a stunning comeback. Golden State wiped out a 14-point deficit and snatched the win. The Thunder's offensive struggles and lack of support from teammates? Yeah, that didn't help. This game had all the drama, and we're about to break it all down. Do you want more breakdowns like this? Hit that subscribe button now, stay tuned, and don't miss the next big moment. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander put on an absolute scoring clinic, dropping 52 points on 16 of 29 shooting, plus 4 assists and 3 rebounds. He was lights out at the free throw line, knocking down 18 of 21 attempts for a crazy 90%, showing why he's one of the most dominant players in the league. Right from the start, it was obvious. Shai was on fire, dropping 21 points in the first quarter and a career-high 31 by halftime. It looked like a historic night in the making, but without much support from his teammates, OKC couldn't keep up. Despite Shai's brilliance, the Warriors' clutch shooting down the stretch proved too much to overcome. Gilgeous-Alexander was the driving force behind Oklahoma City's offense, contributing nearly half of the team's scoring. He knocked down 22.2% of their three-pointers and 45.2% of their two-pointers, ultimately accounting for an impressive 47.7% of OKC's total output. Jalen Williams dropped 26 points, hitting 12 of 26 shots with 7 rebounds and 2 assists, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. He had trouble finishing at the rim and didn't hit his stride until the game was pretty much decided. Isaiah Joe was a bright spot off the bench, knocking down 17 points on 6 of 11 shooting, including 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. He gave the team the spark they needed, but relying on bench scoring like that highlighted some bigger issues with OKC's offense. Isaiah Hartenstein struggled to score, finishing with just 4 points on 2 of 10 shooting. Still, he was a force on the boards, grabbing 18 rebounds and handing out 6 assists. He did his part, but OKC's offensive woes overshadowed his efforts. OKC's tough loss came down to one big issue. They just couldn't generate offense outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The shooting was off all night, with the Thunder finishing at just 40% from the field and an ugly 23.1% from 3, hitting only 9 of 39 attempts. When SGA wasn't putting up points, no one else stepped up to fill the gap. This has been a recurring problem all season. When the role players don't deliver, SGA ends up carrying the entire offense, which makes it way too easy for opposing teams to lock them down. Though, Williams had a few good moments, his slow start hurt, and key players like Cason Wallace couldn't add much offensively. SGA might have been putting on a show for OKC, but the Warriors came through with a more team-focused effort. Andrew Wiggins led the way with 27 points on 10 of 17 shooting. Curry chipped in 21 points, though it took him 15 shots to get there.
Inside 2 minutes, Curry 3!
Kevin Looney was huge too, scoring 18 points and hitting 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Peyton II had 15 points and 9 rebounds, bringing vital energy and defense. The Warriors' victory was largely driven by their strong team play, with players stepping up when it mattered most. Their ball movement was exceptional, totaling 30 assists to OKC's 21. Shooting a solid 49% from the field, Golden State displayed excellent offensive flow. Their balanced scoring, combined with key defensive plays, gave them the upper hand. From the tip-off, it was clear OKC was ready to take control. With Draymond Green and Jonathan Kuminga sidelined, the Thunder came out firing, jumping to a 34-20 lead by the end of the first quarter. SGA was on fire, scoring key points throughout the period. It seemed like another dominant win was on the horizon for them. But Golden State wasn't going down without a fight. They chipped away at the lead, using a 14-4 run in the second quarter to stay in the game. SGA hit a late 3 before halftime, but Wiggins answered with a buzzer beater, cutting OKC's lead to 58-48.
Even halftime and exactly happening just before our eyes as Wiggins hit a 3!
The 10-point lead at the half felt solid, but it could have been even bigger. The Warriors quickly made OKC pay for not extending their lead. Just 2 minutes into the third quarter, they had trimmed the Thunder's advantage to just 4 points. Thanks to some slick ball movement and perfect interior passes, Kevin Looney and Andrew Wiggins were getting easy buckets, sparking a 21-8 run that flipped the game on its head. SGA kept doing everything he could to stop the momentum, but his teammates couldn't find their groove. From a 14-point lead, the Thunder were all tied up at 84 as the fourth quarter began. The final quarter, pure chaos. Both teams went back and forth early, but then Stephen Curry reminded everyone why he's one of the league's most clutch players. After staying pretty quiet for most of the game, Curry lit it up with some killer threes that sent Thunder fans into full-on panic mode, bringing up all those painful memories. Tied at 93, the Warriors hit a quick 5-0 run, pulling away just when it mattered. SGA did everything he could to keep OKC in it, but Golden State just kept knocking down insane, soul-crushing shots. Brandon Podziemski and Kyle Anderson came up big with clutch baskets, while the Thunder offense went cold at the worst possible time. They went nearly 2 minutes without a field goal late in the game, letting the Warriors hold the upper hand. With the game on the line, Curry and Wiggins dropped cold-blooded threes to seal the deal. And just to add insult to injury, Gary Payton II threw down an insane dunk on Isaiah Hartenstein, putting the finishing touch on the Warriors' epic comeback. Losing to the Warriors, even with key players missing, is frustrating, but it's not a reason to panic. Every title contender faces tough regular season losses. The real difference between champions and pretenders is how they respond. Coach Mark Daigneault acknowledged the difficulties post-game. They just outplayed us in the second half. That's kinda it. When you get outplayed, you're susceptible to them making tough shots and getting into a rhythm. It starts with us locking down that second half, and we didn't do that. For OKC, it's all about learning from this loss and stepping up their late-game execution. The Thunder are still right in the playoff hunt, and this game is a reminder that SGA can't do it all alone. Time to bounce back stronger. Losing stings, especially to a rival like the Warriors, but it's just one game in a long season. Now it's all about adjusting and making sure when SGA puts up another insane performance, it leads to a win. In the end, while Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's solid performance wasn't enough to secure the win, it highlighted both OKC's potential and their current shortcomings. The Thunder need more consistent support from their role players and better late-game execution. The loss to the Warriors, despite their key absences, is a tough one, but it's not the end of the road. It's a valuable learning experience as the Thunder continue their playoff push, with hopes of bouncing back stronger in the games ahead. This is the wrap of today's video. What do you think? Can OKC bounce back from this tough loss and make a playoff push? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a breakdown like this. We've got plenty more action coming your way, so stay tuned.